Okay, so thank you very much and good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Pooja, Suhani, Rohan, Ishan, Diksha, Chaitanya, Sonali, Ashish, Avdesh. All right, Varda. So yes, guys. Today we are starting with a topic that's theory of cost. Let me tell you something, guys. What is it, sir? Please remember, while you revise for your upcoming examination, when you are studying theory of cost, always before theory of cost, just like we have done, always before theory of cost, you have to study theory of production. Always study these two chapters together. And which one to be done first? Theory of production. This is why we have done theory of production first, and now we are doing theory of cost, because only when you start your production that you start incurring costs. Okay, so there is this logic behind the same. Okay, and I'll request each one of you to ensure that have complete knowledge of production, because both of these are interrelated. So if somebody did not attend the production class, they might have some issue in this cost class. Obviously you attend this class, you will understand everything, but it is always advantageous to have knowledge of production before cost. Okay, so having said that, let's start our journey for the day. Okay, let's start our journey for the day. Okay, let's go ahead, sir. So my dear friends, as per our institutes, as per our dear institute syllabus, what all is there? Number one, there are different concepts of cost, meaning different types of cost that we need to know about. Is that it is present in our syllabus. After the different types of cost, my lovely friends, we will be studying what is the meaning of cost function. Then we will talk about short run and long run cost. Yes, you are correct. जिस तरह से short run production and cost run production we were having, the way we were having short run production and long run production, same way we are having short run cost concepts and long run cost concepts, right? That's why I told both are related. And eventually economies and diseconomies of scale. By the way, mind you, economies of scale is something that I had given you a little glimpse of into the last class, isn't it, friends? But yes, in this chapter we are going to get into the details of the same, so no need to worry and no need to bother about the same. Okay, we'll do it one at a time. Sir, are we going to practice MCQs today? Definitely yes, absolutely yes, why not? Okay, so let's go ahead, guys. Having said this, let's go ahead, guys. Okay, so these are the different cost concepts or types of cost, as we call it, that we need to remember. Okay, I'll explain each one of them, so don't you worry. The first one, my dear friends, as you can clearly see, is accounting and economic cost. What is it? Accounting and economic cost. What is it? Accounting and economic cost. Everybody in the chat box, accounting and economic cost. What? Accounting and economic cost. What are we doing today? Accounting and, yes, economic cost. All right, sir. Great. So let's go ahead, guys. We are doing the chapter theory of cost. Under this, the first concept that we are learning is accounting and economic cost. And before I talk about accounting and economic cost, obviously all of us know the meaning of cost. Any expenses incurred is cost. Any expense incurred is cost. Any expense incurred is cost. Okay, but now accounting and economic cost, what is it, sir? What is it, sir? My dear friends, before explaining accounting and economic cost, I'll first of all want to clear one of the concepts, which is explicit cost and economic cost. Because once you understand explicit and implicit, accounting and economic is going to be a joke for you. Okay, come on. So let's start, everybody. What are we discussing first? Explicit and implicit. But you told, sir, you will teach us accounting and economic. Yes, my dear friends, in order to explain accounting and economic cost better, I am first of all starting with explicit and implicit costs. Okay, so pay attention, everybody. Okay, let's go ahead, guys. My dear friends, this is a person. Let's say his name is Mr. Chintu. What is his name? Mr. Chintu. Let's call him Mr. Chintu. Okay, now Mr. Chintu is planning to start a business. Mr. Chintu has recently completed one of his degrees. Maybe he has just done BCom. Okay, just an example. Okay, now Mr. Chintu is planning, instead of doing a job, Mr. Chintu is, let's say, planning to do a business, which is all right. He can do a business anytime. Now Mr. Chintu finds out that if he starts doing the business now, he has to hire staff. And so he does hire staff at a salary of rupees, let's say at a salary of rupees 2 lakh per month, to per annum, okay, per year, let's say 2 lakh per annum, okay. Mr. Chintu has to buy some raw material, let's say, which costed him rupees 3 lakh at the very beginning for the particular year, okay. My dear friends, now Mr. Chintu is asked to take a place on rent, but Mr. Chintu tells that no, he doesn't need, because his parents have two houses. You know, Mr. Chintu's parents have two houses, okay. So Mr. Chintu tells that he will be using, in one house they live, one house is used for residence, okay. So Mr. Chintu tells us that he will save the money by, you know, doing business in the other house. So this house he will be using for business. Now my dear friends, can you all tell me what is the total amount that Mr. Chintu will have to pay in order to start the business? Absolutely correct, friends. 2 lakh staff salary, 3 lakh rupees raw material cost. He is having to pay 5 lakh rupees. Exactly. My dear friends, the cost which you have to actually pay, and which is recorded in the books of accounts, the cost that you have to actually pay and that is recorded in the books of accounts, right? You record them in the books of accounts, my dear friends, that's explicit cost or accounting cost. So this is 5 lakh rupees is the explicit cost, also known as accounting cost, also known as outlay cost. Outlay because it results in actual outflow of cash. Cash is actually going out of Mr. Chintu's business. That's explicit cost. I'll write it down for you all. That's explicit cost, that's accounting cost, that's outlay cost, everybody. That's explicit cost, that's accounting cost. Yes, sir. Absolutely correct. So you are telling us, sir, कि explicit cost, accounting cost and outlay cost are the same. हाँ जी, I am saying the same. You all have heard me absolutely correctly. These three are the same, one and the same. Which three, sir? Explicit cost, accounting cost and outlay cost. Explicit cost, accounting cost and outlay cost. These three are the same, guys. Explicit cost, accounting cost and the outlay cost. All right? Yes, sir, absolutely correct. So whenever there is an actual outflow, जब भी पैसा बिजनेस में सच में लग रहा होता है, तब उसको अपने एक्सप्लिसिट कॉस्ट बोलते हैं या अकाउंटिंग कॉस्ट बोलते हैं या आउटले कॉस्ट बोलते हैं. इसे हम लोग बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, इसीलिए हम लोग इसे अकाउंटिंग कॉस्ट कहते हैं. क्योंकि पैसा सच में बाहर जा रहा है, इसीलिए हम लोग इसे एक्सप्लिसिट या आउटले कॉस्ट बोलते हैं. बिकॉज द मनी इज गोइंग आउट, वी आर कॉलिंग इट आउटले और एक्सप्लिसिट कॉस्ट. And since it's recorded in the books of accounts, we call it accounting cost. My dear friends, are you with me till here? Everybody, you or no in the chat. Come on, guys. Fatafat. Are you with me till here? Come on, everyone. All right then. Yes, sir. We are with you. So, guys, let's take it one level further. Let's take this concept one level further. Pay attention, everybody. Let's take this concept one level further. Okay? Yes, sir. Now, Mr. Chintu has decided that he will do his business in his own home. So in reality, guys, tell me in the chat box, will Mr. Chintu have to pay any rent? In reality, will Mr. Chintu have to pay any rent? In reality, will Mr. Chintu have to pay any rent? Will Mr. Chintu have to pay any rent? Come on, everybody. Will Mr. Chintu have to pay any rent? No. In reality, Mr. Chintu is not paying any rent. Why? Because he is using his own property for the sake of business. But hold on, my lovely friends. But my dear lovely friends, pay attention, everybody. Pay attention. He will not have to pay, but pay attention, everyone. If he would have not used this house for business, He could have given it on rent. So there is rental sacrifice. There is rental income sacrifice. His family or he would have been able to earn some rental income which has been sacrificed. Let's say the rental income he could have got was, rupees 4 lakh per annum. But will he get this 4 lakh per annum? No. Will he get this 4 lakh per annum? No. Why? Because Mr. Chintu has decided to do the business on his own premise. My dear friends, yes, it's correct that he is not having to pay actual outflow, but he has to sacrifice the inflow. He has to compromise with the inflow. My dear friends, I am stating a statement. Please listen to it carefully. I'll state in both the languages, English and Hindi. Pay attention. Sacrifice of money from coming in, that is compromise of money coming in, compromise of income coming in is equals to expense going out. पैसे का न आना भी तो पैसे का जाना होता है. If because of some event money could have come, but because you did something, you stopped that money from coming. So money not coming equals to money going, almost equal to. पैसे का न आना भी तो पैसे का जाना होता है. यस और नो एवरीबॉडी, कम ऑन इन द चैट यार. पैसे का न आना भी तो पैसे का जाना होता है. कम ऑन एवरीवन, यस और नो यार. यस, एब्सोल्युटली. Yes, my dear friends, this is called implicit cost. It is like an hidden cost. Implicit cost is like an hidden cost which is incurred by each one in every decision making, but only economics acknowledges it. That's why economics is such a lovely subject. Implicit cost is what? Imputed value. Imputed means estimated value that you have sacrificed in order to do your business. That's what implicit cost is, my dear friends. Correct. And guys, do you remember we had started with the concept of economic and accounting cost? I told you I will teach you this. Accounting I have already taught you. Economic cost, my lovely friends, is equal to economic cost, my dear lovely friends. Economic cost, my dear lovely friends, is equals to what? Exactly. Implicit cost plus explicit cost. Implicit cost plus explicit cost. Implicit cost plus explicit cost. Okay. Next we will talk about opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, don't confuse. Yes, implicit cost and opportunity cost are very close to one another. Very good. But don't use the word opportunity cost. Don't use the word opportunity cost. Those who have written opportunity cost, say sorry in the chat. Come on everybody. Kanishk, you will have to say sorry, my dear friend. It's not opportunity cost. Slight difference, I will tell what. Now I am using the implicit cost word. You will have to use that. Implicit cost is incurred when you have a factor of production which you own, and because you are owning it, you are using it for your own purpose. You are not using it for the for the purpose of renting it out. So my dear friends, please remember my lovely friends, that implicit cost is something incurred on something where you could have earned income, but you are sacrificing that income. It's not opportunity cost. It's close to it, but not exactly the same. Come on everyone. Yes sir, very good. So economic cost is implicit cost plus explicit cost, and there we have covered our first cost concept. I'll revise it in English and then in Hindi. Come on everybody, pay attention. Guys. So my lovely friends, explicit cost or accounting cost is the cost that is incurred which results in actual outflow of cash. It's also called outlay cost because it's recorded in the books of accounts. It's also called accounting cost because it's recorded in the books of accounts. Okay, but what is implicit cost? Implicit cost is the implicit value of inputs owned by the firm. Imputed value of inputs owned by the firm and used in own production unit. Firm is owning it, but instead of renting it, they are sacrificing that income and using it for their own purpose. That's implicit cost. And when you add accounting cost, that is explicit cost, and implicit cost. When you add both, you get economic cost. Economics, according to economics, the concept of cost is way wider than accounts. Both subjects have their own, purpose. Obviously, it's not that this subject is great or that subject is bad. No. But both have their different logics. Accounts considers only those costs because it has to record. Economics has to justify, and therefore both implicit and explicit are considered here. All right, sir. All right. Come on, sir. In Hindi, let's summarize it. We will come to opportunity cost. Don't worry. We will discuss opportunity cost. Don't worry. एक्सप्लिसिट कॉस्ट का मतलब वो कॉस्ट दोस्तों जिसकी वजह से पैसे बाहर निकलते हैं. इसे आउटले कॉस्ट भी बोलते हैं, अकाउंटिंग कॉस्ट भी बोलते हैं. समझ आ गया? इम्प्लिसिट कॉस्ट मतलब वो कॉस्ट जो एक्चुअल में बाहर तो नहीं जा रहा, बट एक रेंट या कुछ इनकम आ रहा होता है, हम लोग आते हुए पैसा को मना कर देते हैं, वो इम्प्लिसिट कॉस्ट है. और जब आप एक्सप्लिसिट और इम्प्लिसिट कॉस्ट को जोड़ते हो तब आपको इकोनॉमिक कॉस्ट मिलता है. तब आपको इकोनॉमिक कॉस्ट मिलता है दोस्तों. जरा ये ध्यान रखिएगा. इम्प्लिसिट कॉस्ट बुक्स में नहीं रिकॉर्ड होती है क्योंकि इम्प्लिसिट कॉस्ट की वजह से एक्चुअल में तो पैसे बाहर जा ही नहीं रहे हैं ना. द मनी इज नॉट गोइंग आउट. ओके, so my dear friends, is it crystal clear everyone? Come on yaar, you are no in the chat. Come on guys, fatafat. Let's go ahead guys to the next concept. Outlay and opportunity cost, your favorite topic everybody. Outlay and opportunity cost. Come on everyone. Outlay and opportunity cost, what is it exactly? Outlay cost, I will not do much hard work. Outlay cost I'll not work a lot hard. It's very simple. Outlay cost is this explicit cost only. This explicit cost is only outlay cost that results in actual cash outflow, full stop. Oh, so sir, outlay and explicit are same. Yes, outlay, explicit, accounting are the same thing. Outlay, explicit, accounting cost are the same thing. Outlay, explicit and accounting cost are the same thing. So nothing to explain here. But yes sir. Yes sir. Correct. Pay attention everyone. Now pay attention everyone. We are discussing opportunity cost. Pay attention everyone. Opportunity cost. So sir, what is opportunity cost? My dear friends, opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative given up. Opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative sacrificed, or cost of next best alternative given up. Cost of next best alternative given up. Cost of next best alternative given up everyone. What is it? Opportunity cost? Cost of next best alternative given up. Cost of next best alternative given up. Come on everybody. What is opportunity cost? Cost of next best alternative given up. Come on everyone. What is opportunity cost? Cost of next best alternative given up or sacrificed. Cost of next best alternative given up or sacrificed. If for example, here is Mrs. Let's say for example, Mrs. Ayushi. Let's say for example, okay, or Miss Ayushi, whatever you want to call. Let's say there is Miss Ayushi here. Now this Miss Ayushi has completed her chartered accountancy. Okay, she has completed her chartered accountancy. Okay, now she gets 3 job opportunities. Okay, she has decided that she will do job for some time maybe. Okay, so she gets 3 job opportunities. Okay, job 1, that will give her an annual package of 25 lakh rupees. Job 1, that will give her an annual package of 25 lakh rupees. Job 2, that will give her an annual package of 18 lakh rupees. And job 3, that will give her an annual package of 15 lakh rupees. Okay, first of all guys, tell me what job opportunity she will select. Obviously you are correct, 25 lakh rupees. The job that pays her 25 lakh rupees. The job which will pay her 25 lakh rupees, correct? Yes sir. Yes. Now, but pay attention. She has decided that she will do the job worth rupees 25 lakh. But my dear friends, what is her sacrifice? I am giving you 3 options. It's an MCQ question. Her sacrifice is 18 lakh job, her sacrifice is 15 lakh job, or her sacrifice is 33 lakh rupees job. 18 plus 15. What do you think is the correct answer? Everybody write down in the chat box. What do you think is her sacrifice? Come on everybody in the chat box. Come on everybody in the chat box here. Come on, everybody in the chat box. Yes, you are correct. Most of you are correct. My dear friend, had she not done job 1, 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 would she do both the job? No. So 33 lakh cannot be the answer. Arey Baba, had she not done the job 1, what is the next best alternative? It's 18 lakh na. So her opportunity cost is 18 lakh, because what did I tell you? Opportunity cost just refers to the next best alternative. Opportunity cost refers to the next best alternative given up. Opportunity cost talks about the next best alternative given up. Arey Baba, she wouldn't have done both the jobs, na? She would, even if she would have not done the 25 lakh job, she would have had to do 18 lakh job. So there is sacrifice of only one. It's the next best alternative. Remember. So that is opportunity cost. Now, some of you were asking, how is opportunity cost different from implicit cost? My dear friends, very important difference is, Acha, first of all, what is the similarity? If you ask me the similarity, I will tell you, I will acknowledge, yes, both involve sacrifice. Both involve sacrifice, it's correct. But the difference is huge. Implicit cost requires ownership of some asset on which income is sacrificed. Ownership on which income sacrificed. Opportunity cost doesn't have any such funda. It just refers to the cost of next best alternative. Like in the above example, this person, Mr. Chintu Pintu, whatever he was, he had a ownership of house whose rental income is sacrificed. So the primary condition was ownership of something. Only then can implicit cost be considered. But here, when we were talking about Mrs. Ayushi or Miss Ayushi, there was nothing as such. No ownership criteria was there as such. It was just the next best alternative we were concerned about. That's why the two are different. Implicit cost requires ownership of some asset. Opportunity cost doesn't require any kind of ownership as such. My dear friends, is it crystal clear? You or no? Come on, everybody. As far as one of the friends is asking, sir, you know what about normal profits and all? My dear friends, concepts like normal profit and all, you know, it's too early to explain that. Yes, we will discuss this in our curriculum in our class or two, but now is not the right time. So forget about normal profit now. Okay, pay attention now. So now, my friends, had the fact that you have understood this, let's move on to the next concept. Okay, accounting and economic done, outlay and opportunity done. Accounting and economic done, outlay and opportunity done. Okay, now, lovely friends, what we're discussing is direct and indirect cost. What we're discussing is direct and indirect costs. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here. Okay, friends. Yes, sure. Okay. So let's see, guys, what do we have here? Direct and indirect cost. What is it? Direct and indirect cost. Okay, so I'll give you an example and I'll explain it to you elaborately. Okay, pay attention, everyone. Pay attention, everyone. Pay attention, my dear friends. Let's say this is a car showroom. Okay, let's say this is a car showroom. Okay, friends. Yes, sir. Okay, okay, friends. Three types of cars are manufactured here. Okay, okay. Number one, luxury car. Number two, sports car. Number two, the regular models. The regular model. Okay, there is this luxury, there is sports, and there is, you know, this regular model. Okay, pay attention, everybody. All these three cars are manufactured in the same factory. So there is same factory, you know, same factory. Okay, pay attention, everybody. My dear friends, the luxury cars requires, let's say, tire variety A. Tires are required, na? Tire variety A, which costs, let's say, 50,000 rupees a tire. 50,000 rupees per tire. It's a car like Rolls Royce, maybe. Let's say then there is this sports car, maybe something like a Ferrari or a, you know, F1 race car, maybe. One of its tire costs rupees, let's say 2 lakh rupees. And guys, then there is this regular model where this one of the tire costs around 5,000 rupees. Okay, yes sir. Pay attention everybody. Then there is this luxury car, okay, which requires, let's say, let's say require a gear, automatic gear, which costs 1 lakh rupees. This super car or the sports car requires, gear of, let's say, 1 lakh rupees or 1,20,000 rupees, and this normal one requires gear of worth rupees only 25,000 rupees. Okay, and since they are in the same factory, the rent and electricity total of the factory, the total rent of the factory, since it is in the single factory, the total rent of the factory is, let's say, 1 lakh or is, let's say, 12 lakh rupees per year. Let's say 2 lakh is the electricity cost per year, per annum. Okay, yes sir. Now pay attention everybody. Yes sir, please tell us further. Please tell us further. Okay, so my lovely friends, now the thing is, the thing is, a very unique thing I need to add. What is it, sir? My question is, guys, suppose I am calculating the cost of this luxury car. It is very easy for me to associate the cost of tire and the gear, because these costs were directly imposed on the luxury car. This cost of gear and tire was directly imposed on the sports car. This cost was directly imposed on the regular model. So it can be directly allocated. That's, my dear friends, direct cost, which can be related to a particular product directly. We can say with certainty that this cost was incurred on this particular product. But my dear friends, is it possible for you all to, exactly, with 100% surety say that how much of rent has been paid for the luxury car, for the sports car or the raw material, or how much of electricity bill has been paid? No, you cannot. So my dear friends, these are indirect costs. When some cost cannot be attributed to a particular product with absolute certainty, then my dear friends, we call it an indirect cost. Yes, we will charge it on the product concerned. This 1,20,000 and 2 lakh rupees. Yes, we will charge it. Or this 12 lakh and 2 lakh. Yes, we will charge it. But my lovely friends, is it possible to decide with absolute certainty? No. This is the concept of indirect cost. Sir, please give some other example. Okay, let's say, my dear friends, you are two siblings, one brother, one sister. Okay, all right then. Your parents have allotted you a common room. Okay, yes sir. Now let's say your sister is in class 6. Okay, she's smaller than you, and you are pursuing your foundation. Okay, CA foundation. Now pay attention everybody. You are preparing for your foundation. Now pay attention everyone. She has to bring books, you have to bring book. Okay, you go to Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and pay, let's say, for example, 5,000 rupees for some kinds of books. Okay, your sister also goes to one of the places and pays 6,000 for her books. Now guys, please pay attention. Can your parents exactly tell what cost has been incurred on which child? Yes. As far as book is concerned, yes, because this is your book, so it is your cost. This is your book, this is your cost. This is direct cost, where it can be attributed to the product directly. But my dear friends, you and your sister are living in the same room. Let's say the electricity charge bill for that particular room is 500 rupees. Can your parents decide with absolute certainty how much electricity bill is because of you and how much is because of your sister? No, they cannot. That's indirect cost. अगर एक कॉस्ट को 100% कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट पर चार्ज कर सकते हैं तो उसे डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट कहते हैं, बट अगर नहीं कर सकते तो उसे इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट कहते हैं. डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट को अपने ट्रेसेबल भी बोलते हैं, इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट को अनट्रेसेबल भी बोलते हैं. डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड ट्रेसेबल, इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड नॉन ट्रेसेबल. कम ऑन एवरीबॉडी, इज इट क्रिस्टल क्लियर? You or no in the chat, guys? Come on everybody, फटाफट. I hope it's crystal clear. All right, Ben. So that's direct and indirect cost. Direct is also called traceable cost, mind you. Direct is also called traceable cost, mind you, friends. It's also called traceable, and indirect is also called non-traceable or untraceable costs. Okay, fantastic. Moving on to the next concept, incremental and sunk cost. Incremental and sunk cost. Sir, what is incremental and sunk cost? Pay attention, everybody. Pay attention, everybody. All right, sir. Go ahead, sir. What is incremental and sunk cost? Pay attention, friends. Pay attention, sir. All right, sir. Go ahead. All right, great. So now, pay attention, everyone. What we are discussing is incremental and sunk cost. Incremental and sunk cost. Incremental means additional cost. Incremental means additional cost. Everybody write down in the chat. Incremental means additional cost. Incremental means additional cost. Incremental means additional costs. Incremental means additional costs. Incremental means additional cost. Sunk I will explain, obviously, don't worry. Incremental and sunk cost we are doing. Incremental means additional cost. I'll give you an example, my dear friends. Okay? All right, sir. Let's say, my dear friends, I have taken a space on rent. Okay? Let's say, my lovely friends, I am having to pay 2 lakh rupees per year for that space. 2 lakh rupees per annum I am having to pay for that space. 2 lakh rupees per year I am having to pay for that space. Okay? Yes, sir. Now pay attention, everybody. Now I am confused. What do I do with this? Suppose I have decided, number one, I'll start my own office there. Own consultancy firm I'll open. Or maybe I have decided that I'll start my own factory. Now friends, if I start my own office, I will have to incur expenditure on table and furniture. If I start my own factory there, I have to hire another machine. I have to hire or purchase another machine. That's incremental, my dear friends. Whatever additional you will have to incur based on the decision you take. So if I decide to take office, I have to incur on table and furniture. If I decide to buy set a factory, I have to spend on machine. Similarly, let's take another example. Let's say I decide, office gone, factory gone. Yes. Let's say the third thing what I decide is, after office and factory, let's say I decide to start my own cafe. All right. So I will have to hire chef, I will have to ensure adequate sitting arrangement and everything, basically the entire infrastructure I have to work on. That is additional cost. So incremental cost is the additional cost. Additional cost. Incremental cost is the additional cost. Okay, sir. Incremental cost is the additional cost. But guys, pay attention, everyone. Incremental cost means the additional cost. But pay attention, everybody. Here is a trick here. What is sunk cost? Sunk cost is whatever has happened has happened. It is basically past cost. It is just the opposite. It's the past cost. Sir, what do you mean by past cost? I'll tell you an example, guys. Pay attention, everybody. Okay? Suppose in the past, I had incurred some expenditure on some research. I had done some advertisement in the past. So these are of no relevance today. These are all the past costs that had been incurred. They are of no relevance today. I have already incurred them. So can I do anything about them? No. अगर इंक्रीमेंटल कॉस्ट का बात करें तो इंक्रीमेंटल कॉस्ट का मतलब होता है एडिशनल कॉस्ट. अगर आपने एक जगह ले रखा है 2 लाख रुपए में, अब आप डिसाइड करते हो ऑफिस लेने का तो आप टेबल खरीदोगे. अगर आप डिसाइड करते हो फैक्ट्री खोलने का तो आप मशीन लोगे. अगर आप कैफे खोलते हो वहां पर तो आप शेफ हायर करोगे. ये सारे केसेस एडिशनल कॉस्ट है जो अभी इनकर करने बाकी है. ये डिपेंड करता है आपके डिसीजन पर. इंक्रीमेंटल कॉस्ट उसे कहते हैं जो आपके डिसीजन से अभी भी अफेक्ट होगा. इट विल स्टिल बी अफेक्टेड बाय योर डिसीजन मेकिंग. दैट्स इंक्रीमेंटल कॉस्ट. But research sunk cost is the past cost. It cannot be recovered. It has already been gone. It's gone now. Cannot be recovered. just the past cost, okay, just the past cost. Don't focus too much. Sir, example, research and advertisement expenses. Example, research and advertisement expenses. Research and advertisement expenses. Research and advertisement expenses. Yes, Ashfiya, you are correct. Like Ashfiya has asked me a question, guys. Listen, she tells me that suppose, sir, we have taken a house. Now, after taking a house, we are incurring some expenditure on renovation. Let's say incurring some expenditure on renovation. Sir, is it incremental cost? Yes, absolutely, it is incremental cost. Absolutely correct. All right, sir. So the fact that we have understood it, keep it simple. Incremental cost means still to be incurred additional cost. Sunk cost is past cost, cannot be recovered. Full stop. Don't focus too much here, yeah. Don't focus too much here. Okay. Moving on, sir. Moving on, sir. My dear friends, the next one is historical and replacement cost. The next one is historical and replacement cost. If you have a look carefully, it's written historical and replacement cost. Historical and replacement cost. Okay, so let's see. Okay, historical and replacement. My dear friends, in order to explain this, let's say we are in the year 2022. What? Let's say it's correct. We are in the year 2022. Now pay attention. 2018, 19, 20, 21. Now my lovely friends, in this particular year 2018, let's say it purchased a machinery, let's say of worth rupees 5 lakh, okay, of worth rupees 5 lakh. Now when I had purchased this machine for rupees 5 lakh, it was done in the past. It was done in the past. It's historical cost. This is historical cost. The cost at which something was purchased in the past. Historical cost. The cost at which something was purchased in the past. The cost which was purchased in the past. Yes, Ayushi. Correct. It is the cost that was incurred in the past, my lovely friends. It's referring to the cost that was incurred in the past, my lovely friends. Correct, sir. But now pay attention, everyone. But pay attention, everyone. But pay attention, everyone. This is historical cost. But now pay attention, everyone. When we are here in 2022, when we are here in 2022, pay attention, everybody. When we are here in 2022, suppose somebody tells me that if they want to buy a same brand new machine, then what will be the cost? My dear friends, it was 5 lakh back then. Today maybe this same machine would cost you 8 lakh rupees to buy. That's replacement cost. If you want to replace an old asset in the present with a brand new asset of the same type, what cost you will have to pay? The new cost of the old machine. The new cost of the old machine. The new cost of the old machine. That's replacement cost. That's replacement cost. Historical cost मतलब आपने पास्ट में किस दाम पर खरीदा था, फुल स्टॉप. हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट मतलब आपने पास्ट में कितना दाम में कोई प्रोडक्ट को खरीदा था. करेक्ट. लेकिन उसी प्रोडक्ट को अगर आप ब्रांड न्यू आज खरीदना चाहते हैं तो आपको कितने खर्चे पड़ेंगे, वो आपका रिप्लेसमेंट कॉस्ट है. वो आपका रिप्लेसमेंट कॉस्ट है. Okay, 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 okay. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. All right. So now moving on now. Historical and sunk cost. Bus, that's it. I mean historical and this particular cost, replacement cost. That's it. What is the next one, friends? The next one is private and social. And yes, whatever I am saying, if you have understood that much, if you have listened that much, is enough. Is enough. Okay. Moving on to private and social cost. Let's see what is private and what is social cost. Okay. Pay attention, everyone. Pay attention, everyone. What is private and social cost? Pay attention, everyone. private and social cost. Now my lovely friends, what is private cost first of all? My lovely friends, the question is, what is private cost first of all? Pay attention everyone. What is private cost first of all? So pay attention everyone. Private cost is nothing but, to be honest, accounting cost that we're talking. The explicit cost or the outlay cost. All these are the same actually. All these are the same actually. Or the outlay cost. All these are the same actually. That's private cost. So private cost don't need to do any hard work. That's it. That's it, sir. Correct? Yes, Mohammad Barkutullah, correct. Okay. One of our friends is asking, sir, how is historical cost and sunk cost different? You know, when we are talking about sunk cost now, friends, it means the cost which can never be recovered anymore. Which can never be recovered anymore. Like the research and advertisement cost. You cannot recover it. You have incurred it in the past. But when you are talking about historical cost, you can still recover it. How, sir? I can sell this machine presently. So I will recover some amount na by selling this machine. Yes. So when you talk about historical cost only, it is still recoverable. Sunk cost is non-recoverable. I hope it's crystal clear. I hope it's crystal clear. Come on everybody, yes or no in the chat. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Private and social cost. Private and social cost. So private cost is nothing but accounting cost, explicit cost or outlay cost. Okay? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But now, what is social cost? What is social cost, sir? My dear friends, pay attention everyone. Hai na? Let's say there is a factory being built, because of which there will be a lot of pollution and people will catch disease. Okay? In order to treat the disease, they will have to go to maybe a hospital or maybe a doctor. Yes. So my dear friends, when you incur costs like this, which the society has to bear, you know that's social cost. So social cost includes two things. Number one, cost that the business are incurring, that is private cost. So private cost is included in social cost. Number one, private cost is included in social cost. Number one, sir. Private cost, private cost is included in social cost, but also the cost which the society has to bear. Also the cost which the society has to bear. Like, there is a pollution and because of which disease is spreading. That is also there. That is also there. So my dear friends, that is also there. That is the societal cost. That is the societal cost. So that, my dear friends, is the private and social cost. Is the private and social cost. Private and social cost. So private cost, it talks about the cost incurred by the business, accounting cost basically. Full stop. What is social cost, sir? Social cost is basically including two things. Number one, private cost. Number two, the cost which the society is having to bear on account of pollution and so many other evils created by the society. Correct? Yes, sir. Got it, sir. So that's what I'm talking about. My dear friends, the fact that you have understood it, now let's move forward. Is it crystal clear? Sir, once summarize it quickly, sir. Okay, I'll summarize all this cost and then we will talk in details about fixed and variable. Fixed and variable is the most important because the entire chapter is about fixed and variable cost. So don't worry, I will talk about it in details. Most important. But before discussing that, first let's highlight the other costs in brief ones. Okay, other costs in brief ones. Okay, then I'll conduct a 5 marks MCQ test. So please be ready everybody. Okay, so please be ready. But before that, first things first, guys. First, quick revision. My dear friends, when you talk about accounting cost, it is the cost that is recorded in books of account. When you talk about economic cost, it includes two things. Accounting cost, that is explicit cost, plus implicit cost, that is the imputed value of estimated value of inputs owned by the firm and used in its own production units. Next, outlay and opportunity. Outlay are the costs which results in actual outflow. Opportunity cost is the cost of next best sacrifice, next best alternative sacrificed. Okay, direct cost is traceable cost. that can be allocated to a product with full confidence. Indirect costs are the ones that has to be divided. It cannot be directly assigned to a particular product with supreme confidence. Okay, there it is. Moving on, sir. Incremental and sunk cost. Incremental is the additional cost, sunk cost is the past cost. Historical and replacement cost. Historical cost is basically the cost for which you had purchased an asset in the past. Replacement cost is the asset which you had purchased in the past. What is the cost to buy a similar brand new asset today? Private and social cost. Private is the cost that is basically accounting cost, and social cost includes two things: private cost plus cost which the society has to bear on account of pollution and evils created by the capitalism. Okay, yes sir, got it sir. Okay, all right sir, go ahead. One of our friends Himanshu is asking a question which is not very great, that sir, we write depreciation in accounts, okay, but there is no flow of cash because of depreciation. Himanshu, you are wrong. Yes, there is a flow of cash. Why are you charging depreciation in accounts? Why are you charging depreciation? Because you have purchased a machinery or an asset. Let's say I purchased a machinery for 4 lakhs. Because I have purchased a machinery of 4 lakh rupees, what I am doing is, instead of charging it in 1 year, I am charging it in 5 years. So who said there is no cash outflow? Obviously there is cash outflow. So the question was not very great. Okay, so now my dear friends, moving on. Let's start a 5 marks test. Are we ready? Okay. So let me ask you a question, guys. Come on everybody, let's see who is able to answer this. Correct? Okay. So what I am doing is, question number one. What is the cost which involves the next best sacrifice? What is the cost which talks about the next best alternative sacrificed? Come on everybody. The cost that talks about the next best alternative sacrificed. Everybody will have to answer this year. I'm waiting. Very good. Correct answer everybody. So 5 marks test, 1 out of 1 to most of you. Opportunity cost. Correct answer. Let's see the next question then. Question number 2 everybody. The cost which can be traced to a particular product. Or a service. The cost which can be traced to a particular product or a service. Come on everybody. The cost which can be traced to a particular product or a service. Yes, very good. Very good. The cost which can be traced to a particular product or a service. Yes, you all are correct. Direct and traceable costs. Direct or traceable costs. Very good. Most of you are correct. Very good. Okay. Now my dear friends, the next 2 out of 2, how many of you have got? You keep your score, okay? I will ask after 5 questions how many of you scored 5 out of 5, okay? So 2 out of 2, most of you have scored, I can see. Next, number 3. The costs. Third question everybody. The costs which have been incurred already and which cannot be recovered. The costs which cannot be recovered and is irrelevant to any decision. Come on everybody, let's see. Question number 3. The cost which had already been incurred and is irrelevant to any decision. Come on everybody. Yes, very good. Which is irrelevant to any decision making. Very good. It's sunk cost. Correct answer everyone. Correct answer. Sunk cost. Next question. Suppose, my dear friends, I have a friend. Let's say Mr. Ayush. I had purchased an asset 5 years back for 5 lakh rupees. Now Mr. Ayush tells me that to replace this asset, to replace the same asset today, I will have to pay 8 lakhs. So what kind of cost is this 8 lakh rupees? Come on everyone. What kind of cost is this 8 lakh rupees if I have to buy a similar asset at 8 lakh today? The asset which I purchased in the past at 5 lakh, I have to pay 8 lakh for the similar asset today. What asset are we talking about? Very good. Replacement cost. Correct. Number 4. Number 4. Okay, very good, Mr. Chaturvedula. Very good. All right, great. Bibika, very good. Nandini, great answer. Last question, guys, and then I will have a look at your scores. So the fifth question is, come on everyone. Fifth question is, what is implicit cost plus explicit cost called? What is implicit cost plus explicit cost called? What is implicit cost plus explicit cost called? Come on everybody. What is implicit cost plus explicit cost called? Come on everyone. Yes, great. Implicit plus explicit cost. Come on everybody. Implicit plus explicit cost is called what? My dear friends, it's called economic cost. Very good, very good, very good. So guys, let's find out how many of you have scored 5 out of 5. Come on everybody, be honest and tell me how many of you have scored full marks, 5 out of 5 in this test that I have taken. Fatafat everybody, need your answers right away. Come on everyone. 5 out of 5, how many of you? Very good, Parth. Sakaldeep, great work, friend. Girish, great work. Mohammad Barkatullah, great work, dost. Rohan, good work, friend. Nandini, great work. Suhani, amazing. Most of you have scored 5 out of 5. Guys, I don't like this about you all. You all don't give me a chance to scold only. At least make some mistakes. Okay. So now moving on, the fact that we have understood all this, sir, let's move on, sir. Let's move on, sir. Now, my dear friends, the next topic that we have got to understand as per our institute is the cost function. Much like production function, we have the cost function. We have the cost function. Friends, pay attention everybody. Let's talk about the cost function. Okay, pay attention everyone. Friends, whenever production will take place or output will be produced, cost will be incurred. Yes or no everyone? Whenever production will take place, cost will be incurred. Yes or no everyone? So production is related to cost in some manner. Yes or no? Yes, production is related to cost. Bus, that's it. That is cost function. Yes, we will do fixed and variable cost. Don't worry, it entails. Now I am talking about fixed and variable cost only. Pay attention everyone. Suppose my dear friends, okay, so what is cost function? The relationship between cost and output. Let's say for example, cost of producing a product is, pay attention everyone, 50 plus 3x. What does it mean, sir? It means to make the product 50 rupees is fixed. No matter you produce anything or not, 50 rupees will still be incurred. That's fixed cost, friends. That's fixed cost, friends. When a cost will be incurred no matter what. That's fixed cost. But you see 3x. What does it mean, sir? It means x represents the output. So if you produce 2 units, the cost will be 50 plus 3 into 2, that is 56 rupees. If you, let's say, produce 5 units, then the cost will be 50 plus 3 into 5, that is 65 rupees. If you produce, let's say, 10 units, the cost will be 50 plus 3 into 10, 80 rupees. This is cost function. Here you can see output and cost are related. Until and unless you know the output units, you can't calculate the cost. This is exactly what we are talking about. That's cost function. What is cost function? Functional relationship between cost and output. functional relationship between cost and output. So again, what is cost function? Functional relationship between cost and output. Come on everyone, what is cost function? Functional relationship between cost and output. What is cost function? Come on everyone, functional relationship between cost and output. Everybody, come on everybody in the chat, write down what is cost function? Functional relationship between cost and output. What is it? Functional relationship between cost and output. How cost and output are related to one another. Is it clear everybody? Yes, we will talk about fixed and variable, don't worry, in a lot of details, more than you have thought of. Okay, first of all, what is cost function? Functional relationship between cost and output. Functional relationship between cost and output. Everybody in the chat box, make it fast. Okay, okay, great, fantastic. The fact that you have learned it, everyone, now let me move forward. Okay, pay attention everyone. Fixed and variable cost. Pay attention everyone. My dear friends, fixed cost is the cost which has nothing to do with the level of output. Fixed cost is the cost which has nothing to do with the level of output. Fixed cost is the cost which has nothing to do with the level of output. Fixed cost is the cost which has nothing to do with the level of output. Sir, for example, if I have, let's say, taken a factory to do my production work, okay, I am paying 1 lakh rupees rent for the factory per year. Now guys, if I produce 0 units or 1000 units, it doesn't matter. It is fixed cost 1 lakh rupees. I will have to pay 1 lakh rupees. I will have to pay 1 lakh rupees. This is the fixed cost. Here this 50 was the fixed cost. No matter what, fixed 50 rupees you will have to incur. Similarly here 1 lakh rupees is the fixed cost. You will have to incur this. Correct. Like rent. Salary is a fixed cost that you will have to pay. Rent is a fixed cost. Interest. If you have taken a loan, interest on loan is a fixed cost. You will have to keep paying the same. Interest on loan is a fixed cost. You have to keep paying the same. Yes, sir, it's correct. Interest on loan taken is a fixed cost. It has to be paid. Correct, sir. Correct, sir. But now, pay attention, everyone. Okay. Variable cost. Now we are talking about variable cost. My dear friends, let's say my business is of manufacturing chips. Suppose to make one packet of chips, I need one potato, just say, and the cost of one potato is rupees 5. So guys, please tell me, if one chips packet requires one potato of 5 rupees, then you tell me, if I manufacture 10 chips, then how much cost will be incurred on potato? Sir, 50 rupees. How? 5 rupees for one potato and 10 chips, so 10 potatoes, 50 rupees. Now you see, this potato cost or the raw material cost, it is changing with the output level. More the output, more the cost. That is called variable cost. That is changing with the output level. Fixed cost doesn't change with the output level. Variable cost changes with the output level. Fixed cost doesn't change with the output level. Variable cost changes with the output level. Variable cost changes with the output level. Variable cost changes with the output level. I want each one of you friends to write down in the chat. Variable cost changes with the output level. Fixed cost doesn't change with the output level. Come on everybody in the chat box, write it down. Variable cost changes with the output level. Fixed cost doesn't change with the output level. Come on everybody, write down in the chat. Fatafat. Fixed cost. Does fixed cost depend on output level? No. Does variable cost depend on how much units are produced? Yes. Correct. Okay, great. Very, very good. Variable cost changes with output level. Please focus again. वेरिएबल कॉस्ट आउटपुट लेवल के साथ बदलता है, फिक्स कॉस्ट आउटपुट लेवल के साथ बदलता नहीं है. वेरिएबल कॉस्ट आउटपुट लेवल के साथ बदलता है, फिक्स कॉस्ट आउटपुट लेवल के साथ बदलता नहीं है. फिक्स कॉस्ट डजंट चेंज विद द आउटपुट लेवल, वेरिएबल कॉस्ट चेंजेस विद द आउटपुट लेवल. वेरी गुड दीक्षा, ईशान, वेरी गुड. Correct. So now my dear friends, pay attention everyone. Now we will discuss about time period and cost. Now we will discuss about time period and cost. I need each one of you to pay attention now. Now pay attention everybody. I will not be taking any question. Very important part has come. Very important part has come. Very important part has come. So now I am not taking question. I'll just explain. Pay attention everyone. Yes. So my dear friends, just like production is divided into two phases, the short one and the long one, so is the case with cost. It is divided into two time periods, the short one and the long one. The short one and the long one. My dear friends, when we talk about short run time period, it's variable cost and fixed cost. There are two types of cost in the short run, the variable one and the fixed one. But when you talk about the long run, my lovely friends, you're only talking about variable cost. In the long run, you're only talking about variable cost. In the long run, you're only talking about variable cost. In the short run, you're talking about both the costs, fixed and variable. In the short run, you're talking about both the costs, fixed and variable. In the long run, you're only talking about variable costs. Okay? Why? Because in the short run, how many types of factors of production you have? Fixed factor and variable factor. So the cost on variable factor is called variable cost. The cost on fixed factor is called fixed cost. Right? But in the long run, all factors of production are variable. So all the costs in the long run are variable cost. Is this much clear? Is this much clear, everybody? Yes or no? Come on, everyone. You or no in the chat. In the long run, only what cost is incurred? Come on, everybody in the chat. Variable cost. In the short run, what cost is incurred? Come on, everybody in the chat. Yes, both fixed and variable. Let me give you 2 or 3 MCQs and let's see whether you are able to answer it or not. Are we ready, guys? For 2 to 3 marks MCQ yet again. Are we ready, guys? Yes, sir, we are ready. So now pay attention, everybody. Pay attention, everybody. First question. First question. Functional relationship. Fn is functional relationship between cost and output. Friends, the question is, what is it known as? Functional relationship between cost and output. A, is it called production function? B, is it called cost function? C, is it called revenue function? D, don't know. What do you think is the correct answer? What do you think is the correct answer? Come on, everybody in your chat. Come on, everybody in the chat. Okay, very good, Kirti. Kirti is the first friend to answer correctly, followed by my lovely friend Lavanya. Very good. Ritika, good answer, yaar. Suhani, wrong answer, friend. Srinidhi, fantastic. Vaibhav, fantastic, my lovely friend. Okay, great. So the correct answer is cost function. The correct answer is cost function. The correct answer is cost function. Now let me ask you the second question then. Next, let me ask you the second question then. Okay? Pay attention, everybody. Pay attention, everybody. What is the cost that depends on output level? Cost that depends on output level. A, fixed cost. B, variable cost. C, sunk cost. D, all. Fixed cost that depends on output level. Options A, fixed cost. B, variable cost. C, sunk cost. D, all. Come on, everybody. Need to see your answer, please. Yes, Khushdeep. Correct, yaar. Correct, yaar. Correct, yaar. You all are absolutely correct. So yes, very good, very good, very good. The cost that depends on output level is the variable cost, na friends. Fixed cost doesn't depend on output level. It will be incurred whether you produce anything or not produce anything. So how can it be fixed cost? How can it be fixed cost? Fixed cost तो जो है वो आउटपुट लेवल पर निर्भर ही नहीं करता ना अंजना. आप कुछ प्रोड्यूस करें या नहीं करें वो तो उतना ही है खर्चा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सैलरी इज अ ऑप्शन ए फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट, ऑप्शन बी accounting cost, option C both A and B, option D none. Let's see what you people are answering. Salary is what cost? Come on everybody. Very good. Wow, Rahul, correct answer. Very good, Rahul. Correct answer, friend. Let me hear it from others as well. Come on everyone. Yes, salary is both, friends, a fixed cost as well as a cost that is recorded in the books of accounts. So the correct answer is both A and B. Very good, Harnoor. Very good. Very good. C is the correct answer. Why? Yes, it's accounting because it's recorded in books of accounts, but salary is fixed for a year, okay, or fixed for a month. So once it's fixed, no matter you produce some output or not, you have to give the salary. So how can you say it's not a fixed cost? Yes, it is a fixed cost. Salary is a fixed cost. Rent is a fixed cost. So it will be C. Rohan good, Abhinav good, Srinath good, Anjana great, Abhimanyu great. So the fact that you have understood this, friends, now takes me on to the next concept. Please pay attention everybody now. Please pay attention everybody. Okay. Okay. No. Another question before I move on. All right. The costs in short run, what cost is incurred? In short run, what cost is incurred? A. Fixed cost. B. Variable cost. C. Both A and B. D. None. Come on everybody. Tell me which is the one. Which is the one? Come on everyone. Very good. In short run, both fixed and variable cost, because in short run the factors of production are of both fixed nature and the variable nature. So friends, if it's both of fixed and variable nature, then obviously the cost on the same will also be of both the nature, that is fixed and variable. So you people are absolutely correct in stating fixed and variable both. Very good. Nilesh, great answer, friend. Oh, great answer, friend. So yes, let's go ahead. Moving on to the next question. In long run, what cost is incurred? Option A, fixed cost. Option B, variable cost. Option C, both. Option D, none. Come on everybody, tell me which is the one. Come on everybody, come on everyone. Very good, very good answer. All of you have told that, sir, in the long run the cost that we incurred is the variable cost only. Absolutely fantastic. Now sir, let me teach you all further. Okay, now guys, we are doing the different types of short run costs. Okay, so pay attention everybody, okay. Number one is the total variable cost in the short run. Okay, total variable cost. So what is total variable cost, sir? What is total variable cost? It's basically variable cost per unit into quantity of output. For example, I produce 5 packets of chips. Okay, and each packet requires potato of 4 rupees. So variable cost per unit is 4 rupees. So 4 into 5, total variable cost is 20 rupees. And guys, you remember in short run law of variable proportion works. What did we study in the law of variable proportion? Come on everyone, that yes, output first increases at increasing rate. So my dear friends, the diagram was somewhat like this, right? But here it's just the opposite. Since output is increasing in the short run at increasing rate, cost will be increasing at a diminishing rate. So the cost is increasing at a diminishing rate. See, just the opposite. That's why I told you production and costs are related. Since in the initial stages, due to law of variable proportion, output is increasing at increasing rate, cost is increasing at a diminishing rate. Beyond a certain level, output increases at a diminishing rate. So cost will now increase at an increasing rate. So diagram is just the opposite. In the case of law of variable proportion, total product diagram was like this. It's just the opposite here. It's just the opposite here. Yes or no, everybody? It is called inverse S. Opposite to S. Inverse S. So if somebody asks you why is it inverse S, you will tell them due to law of variable proportion. Due to law of variable proportion. Due to law of variable proportion. Let me ask you all. Why delay? Why total variable cost is inverse S shaped? Inverse S shaped. Option A, due to law of variable proportion, due to law of diminishing marginal utility, due to law of returns to scale, due to law of demand. What do you think is the correct answer, friends? What do you think is the correct answer, friends? Come on, everybody. Tell me. Come on, tell me. Yes, correct answer. TVC is inverse S shaped. Total variable cost is inverse S shaped because of law of variable proportion. Because of law of variable proportion. Today, guys, when you sleep, you will tell 10 times law of variable proportion, law of variable proportion, law of variable proportion. It's very important, both in production and cost. In production, what was happening? Total product increasing at increasing rate, then increasing at diminishing rate, then falling. Okay? Yes, sir. Here in short run, total variable cost will increase at diminishing rate. Why? Because output is increasing at increasing rate. So cost will increase at a diminishing rate. And that's why it is inverse S shaped due to law of variable proportion. Come on, everybody. Everybody will have to write. It is not an option. Due to law of variable proportion. Due to law of variable proportion. Due to law of variable proportion. Okay, sir. We got it, sir. Fantastic that you got it, sir. Now moving on. My dear friends, total fixed cost. Now, what is the shape of total fixed cost? It's like this, friends. You see, suppose I draw it here. Pay attention. Let's say this is the total fixed cost level and this is the quantity level. Let's say rent. My dear friends, if you produce 1 unit, if you produce no unit, if you produce 2 unit, if you produce 3 unit, if you produce 4 unit, will my rent change? No, it's same. And therefore, let's say it's 100 rupees. So even if I'm not producing anything, I will have to pay 100 rupees. If I'm producing 1 unit, then 100 units. If I'm producing 3 units, then also 100, 400, everywhere 100. So this is how total fixed cost looks like. This is how total fixed cost looks like. A very important question they ask is, where does total fixed cost start from? Remember, it starts from the y-axis. It doesn't start from the origin. Because starting from the origin would mean that at zero level of quantity, total fixed cost is zero, but it is wrong. Even if you are not producing anything, total fixed cost is still incurred. That's why. So the question they will ask is, where does total fixed cost start from in the short run? Obviously, it is in the short run only. So the answer is, it starts from y-axis. The next question is why? The next question is why? Because even if nothing produced, it is still incurred. Even if nothing produced, it is still incurred. It is still incurred. It is still incurred. इज इट क्रिस्टल क्लियर एवरीबॉडी? यस और नो? इस वजह से आप चाहे गोडाउन में कोई सामान रखो या बहुत सामान रखो, आपको रेंट तो देना ही पड़ेगा। इसीलिए रेंट का डायग्राम इस तरह का होता है, हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन पैरेलल टू एक्स एक्सिस, हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन पैरेलल टू एक्स एक्सिस, starting from the y-axis, come on everybody, let me ask you a question, okay? Cost which is not zero at zero output level, cost which is not zero at zero output level, come on, answer this MCQ. A, it's called the total fixed cost. B, it's called the total variable cost. C, it's called the total cost. D, it's called the none. What do you think is the correct answer? Or forget about this. C is both. Come on everyone, now answer me. Come on everyone. Yes sir, come on everyone, come on everyone. Correct. So the cost that is still incurred even if you're not producing anything, my lovely friends, is nothing but total fixed cost, is nothing but total fixed cost. Correct. Even if you're not producing anything, the cost which is not zero is total fixed cost. And that's why, my lovely friends, this is how the graph looks like, as you can clearly see here. You know, it's straight line parallel to x-axis, thus just like that. But now friends, pay attention everyone. What is total cost? Total cost is TFC plus TVC, okay? So suppose 0, 1, 2, 3, this is quantity, okay? Total fixed cost is suppose 100 rupees at all levels. But total variable cost is 0 here, 50 here, 100 here, 150 here. So my dear friends, what is the total cost equal to? What is the total cost equal to? 100 plus 0, 100, 100 plus 50, 150, 100 plus 100, 200, 100 plus 150, 250. I have two questions for you all. Tell me about total cost. Will it start from the origin or will total cost start from the y-axis? What do you think, guys? What do you think, guys? Where will total cost start from? Question number 1. Let me hear the answer for the same. Where will total cost start from? Come on, everybody. Yes, it will start from the y-axis. Why? Because even this is not zero at zero level of output. Why it is not zero, sir? Because it includes TFC, which is never zero at zero level of output, and hence it starts from the y-axis, from the same point like total fixed cost, from the same point, because at zero level total fixed cost and total cost are the same. Why? Because at zero level total variable cost is not incurred only, it's not incurred only. That's why it starts from the y-axis, exactly from the point where TFC starts, exactly at the point where TFC starts. But guys, next question. Come on everybody, next question. Guys, you see TVC is changing. You know, it's changed from 0 to 50, 50 to 100, and then 100 to 150. Guys, do you think TC is changing or is it same? What do you think? If TC is changing, according to which cost it is changing? If TC is changing, according to which cost it is changing? Come on everybody, write it down. You are correct. TC is changing because of TVC, na? Because TC is equals to TFC plus TVC, na? So it's changing as per TVC. This is why the shape of TC is like TVC. The shape of TC is like TVC, but starting point is from TFC. Starting point is from TFC. Yes, correct. And that's what you see here. You see that initially TC is starting from the same point as TFC, but it is dancing according to TVC, because it is because of TVC that it is changing. That's why it is dancing as per TVC. That's why it is dancing as per TVC. And therefore, the shape of TC and TVC are the same. Shape of TC and TVC are the same. Shape of which, let me ask you a question. Shape of TC is like option A, TVC, B, TFC, C, none, D, can't say. It is talking about the shape, mind you. It is talking about the shape, mind you. Shape of TC is like what? Come on, everybody. Correct. Correct. You all are absolutely correct. The shape of TC is like TVC. Everybody write it down in the chat. Shape of TC is like TVC. Come on, everybody in the chat. Fatafat. Very good, very good. All the answers that I have received till now are absolutely correct. So it's TVC. It's TVC, correct. Absolutely correct, friends. Great job. Now let's move on. Now let's move on. So this we have understood, sir. Okay, this we have understood, sir. Now let's talk about step variable cost. Sir, what the heck is step variable cost now? What the heck is step variable cost now, sir? Could you tell us a little bit on it? Yes, sir, I will tell you. Please pay attention, guys. Please pay attention, guys. What is step variable cost? My dear friends, pay attention, everyone. It is also called, stair step cost. Remember, it is also called stair step cost. Stair step cost. I'll explain you. Okay? Please pay attention here. Okay? I'll explain you this. So pay attention, everyone. See, have a look, guys. Suppose, guys, I have a huge factory or a huge warehouse where I store my different commodities that I manufacture. Okay, a huge warehouse I have. Okay, now this warehouse has 4 rooms. Okay, warehouse has 4 rounds. Pay attention, everybody. I'm explaining this step variable cost. Okay, pay attention. So this is my warehouse. Okay, this is my warehouse. It has 4 rooms. Room number A, room number B, room number C, room number D. Room A can hold at max 1000 commodities. Same for room B, same for room C, same for room D. Now each room is so big that to guard it, you need a watchman. So let's say to guard room A, watchman is wanted for 10,000 rupees per month. Okay, each room. Now pay attention, everybody. What will happen? If I have any commodity in my godown between 0 to 1000 units, I can keep it in one room only. So I can manage with one watchman only. So the cost that I will have to incur is 10,000 only. So between 0 to 1000, the cost is fixed at 1000, at 10,000. But let's say I need 1001 units to be stored. Now I have to use another room. And from 1001 to 2000 units, no matter the number of units I keep in my godown, I will have to keep 2 watchmen for 2 different rooms. So the total rent is 20,000. So see, at this range it is fixed. But when you shift from one range to another, it is increasing. Oh, sir, we get it now. Similarly, if from 2001 to 3000 you need, how many watchmen will you need? 3. So the cost will be 30,000. But within this level, whatever may be the number of units you hold, it will be with 3 watchmen. So the cost will be fixed at 30,000. Oh, sir, we got it, sir. Similarly, if you are storing anywhere between 3001 to 4000 units, you will need 4 watchmen. and so the total cost will be 40,000. So you see, from 0 to 1000 here, from 0 to 1000 it is fixed, but immediately is increasing as we move from 1001 to 2000. Again between this level it is fixed, again it is increasing when we shift from 2001 to 3000. Again it is fixed, but further it will increase when we move from 3001, and then it will remain the same till 4000 units. My dear friends, that's what stair-step variable cost is, which is fixed within a range but increases when you shift the range, which is fixed within a range but increases when you shift the range, which is fixed within a range, increases when you shift the range. This is how you go about it. This is how you go about it, lovely friends. This is how you go about it, lovely friends. All right, sir. That's stair-step variable cost. That's stair-step variable cost. Is it crystal clear, friends? Is it crystal clear, friends? Okay. So the question is, if the question is cost that remains fixed in an interval, that remains fixed in an interval but changes with the interval, is called A, variable cost, B, stair-step variable cost, C, fixed cost, D, none. What do you think is the correct one? Come on everybody, come on everybody. All right sir, all right sir. So the correct answer is stair-step variable cost. My dear friends, it is a cost which remains fixed at a particular level. I'll explain this example in Hindi as well. मान लीजिए आपके पास एक वेयर हाउस है ना, एक फैक्ट्री है जहां पर आप सामान स्टोर करते हो, 4 कमरे हैं और हर कमरे में आप 1000 गुड्स रख सकते हो. कंडीशन ये है कि हर कमरे का एक वॉचमैन होगा, बिकॉज हर कमरा इतना बड़ा है कि वॉचमैन का जरूरत है. अब आप 0 से 1000 के बीच में कितनी भी कमोडिटीज फैक्ट्री में रखो, आपको एक ही वॉचमैन का दरकार है, तो आपका 10,000 रुपया ही लगने वाला है. बट अगर आप 1001 से 2000 के बीच में कुछ भी रखो तो आपको दूसरा वॉचमैन भी चाहिएगा, तो देखिए कॉस्ट बढ़ गया. 0 से 1000 वाले इंटरवल में फिक्स था, बट इंटरवल बदलते ही कॉस्ट बढ़ गया. फिर से 2001 से 3000 के बीच में ये फिक्स था, बट अगेन इंटरवल बदलते ही कॉस्ट बढ़ गया. इसे अपने कहते हैं स्टेयर स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, स्टेयर स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट या स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट या स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट या स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, स्टेयर स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट या स्टेप वेरिएबल कॉस्ट बोलते हैं हम लोग इसे. ओके सर, इज दैट सो? यस फ्रेंड्स, दैट इज सो. गॉट इट सर. Sir, moving on. My dear friends, next we are discussing semi-variable cost. Sir, what are we discussing next? We are discussing next semi-variable cost. Sir, what is semi-variable cost? Guys, how many of you have once in a lifetime, sat in a yellow taxi? Come on everybody, yellow or whatever taxi you have sat in. Come on everybody. Yes. So guys, if you sit in a taxi, you will find out 30 rupees. As soon as you sit, it is fixed. You have to pay. Beyond 30 rupees, as you travel more kilometers, the cost that you have to incur will increase. Yes, semi-variable cost it is. Semi-variable cost it is. Semi-variable cost it is. इसका मतलब 30 rupees तो आपको देना ही पड़ेगा, आप कहीं नहीं जा सकते. बट बियॉन्ड दिस, अगर आप और क्वांटिटी कंज्यूम करते हो तो आपका कॉस्ट भी बढ़ते चला जाएगा. Sir, can you give us some other example as well? Can you give us some other example as well? Yes, guys, if you have landline mobile phones, how do they work? Landline mobile phones, suppose you have a landline mobile phone of BSNL, MTNL or whatever company it is. You have to pay monthly, let's say 200 rupees. That is fixed. Even if you don't talk to anybody, don't receive or don't go, your call is neither incoming nor outgoing. Okay, neither it is incoming or nor outgoing. Okay, yes sir. But pay attention my dear friends, beyond this 200 rupees, Beyond this 200 rupees, if let's say for example you talk to somebody, then the cost rises. Let's go to a restaurant, guys. How many of you are ready to come to me with a restaurant? Everybody? Okay, go ahead. My dear friends, you know restaurants have a fixed thali system. You all know it, yes or no? Restaurants have a fixed thali system, yes or no, friends? Yes, sir. So you know, let's say I buy a North Indian thali. I buy a North Indian thali. Depending upon what you like, you buy your thali. I will buy mine. In North Indian thali, my dear friends, I have been told I will be charged 500 rupees. Okay. What am I getting? I am getting 2 naan. I am getting 2, let's say, you know, 2 vegetables, any kind of vegetables. Okay. Let's say I am getting 2 varieties of salad, and I am getting some, you know, 2 kinds of, let's say, fruit juice. Okay. Now pay attention, everybody. Suppose this is 500. Okay. But then I need one more naan. But this is 500 is fixed for this one. So beyond this 500, if I want more naan, for every naan, let's say they are charging me 60 rupees or 70 rupees. So let's say one naan to 60 extra. If I buy 2 naans, then in addition to 500, I'll have to pay 60 extra. I mean 2 into 60 extra. 3 naans I take extra, 3 into 60 extra. That, my dear friends, is another example of semi-variable cost. Semi-variable cost. That's the idea, sir. That's the idea, sir. My dear friends, is it crystal clear now? That's semi-variable cost. That's semi-variable cost, which is fixed at the very beginning, but beyond a consumption level, it will increase. Electricity charges also much like the same. My dear friends, is it crystal clear now? Can I move forward, everybody? And this is how the graphs look like. This is the fixed element. This portion is the fixed element, and beyond this, it's the variable element. Beyond this, it's the variable element. Yes, it will rise constantly with the rise in output levels. Correct. Because the variable cost price is same. Now we are assuming here. We are assuming for the sake that variable cost price is the same. Oh, acha. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. So, lovely friends, this is how you operate here. Lovely friends, this is how you operate here. All right, sir. All right, sir. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, friends, now the fact that it is clear, let's talk about averages. What are we talking about? We are talking about averages now. अब हम लोग बात करेंगे एवरेज कॉस्ट के बारे में. टोटल के बारे में अभी तक बात कर रहे थे, अब हम लोग बात करेंगे एवरेज के बारे में. सो व्हाट इज एवरेज, सर? व्हाट इज एवरेज, सर? So basically, if you have to calculate average fixed cost, it will be total fixed cost by quantity. You can write it down. If you have to calculate average variable cost, friends, it will be total variable cost by quantity. If, friends, you have to calculate average cost, it will be total cost by quantity. Whenever you have to find average, you have to do total by quantity, total by quantity, total by quantity, full stop. Okay, let me give you an MCQ question to find out whether you people have understood it or not. Let me give you a question, guys. Come on. Total cost is rupees 100. Quantity is 5 units. What is the average cost? Come on, everybody, tell me. What is the average cost? Come on, everybody, tell me. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. What is the average cost? What do you think is the average cost, everyone? Come on, yaar. Very good, Vagdehi. Very good, Ritika. Very good. Great, Kanishk. Lisa, great answer. All right. So yes, friends, it's simple. It's 100 divided by 5. Simple. 100 divided by 5. That's average cost. And there you have it. 20. So whenever you have to calculate average, you have to do total by total. You have to do total by total. That's absolutely correct. Now you see this example table that I have showcased for you. Okay. See. 0 से 10 it's constantly rising. 0 से 10 it's constantly rising. Yes, sir. It's rising. See, total fixed cost is same because it remains same no matter what. Total variable cost, you see, you will have an unique experience that initially it is increasing at a diminishing rate, then it is increasing at increasing rate. Opposite to the behavior of output. What happened with output? You remember, it was increasing at increasing rate and then increasing at a diminishing rate. Remember, in production, here it's just the opposite. Variable cost is increasing at a diminishing rate, followed by increase at an increasing rate, followed by increase at an increasing rate. Yes. Great. Now the question is total cost. Total cost is TFC plus TVC, 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 TFC plus TVC. Please remember it. You cannot forget it here. All right. Now, sir, what is marginal cost? Marginal cost is, change in total cost due to one additional unit. Sir, come on. What is marginal cost? I always say marginal cost is change in total cost due to one additional unit. Marginal cost is change in total cost due to one additional quantity produced. Sir, can you explain how? I'll give you an example. Suppose quantity was 1, total cost incurred was 150. Now say quantity is 2, total cost incurred is 200. So just because you decided to produce one more quantity, see, at 0 it was 0 obviously, so at unit 1 TC and MC are same. I have explained you before also, but here because I increased production by 1 unit, total cost changed by how many? 50 rupees. So that's marginal cost. Guys, one interesting thing about marginal cost, do you want to know? Yes sir, we do want to know. Marginal cost represents both the things. To compute marginal cost, you can use change in total cost as well as change in total variable cost. Both are the same actually. TCN minus TCN minus 1. Here also TVCN minus TVCN minus 1. How, sir? Because both represents change and marginal cost is also representing what? Change. Sir, can you show it in your example? Yes, definitely. Why not? Pay attention here. See, 100 to 150 TC is changing 50, but same is the case with TVC. 0 to 50 50, 150 to 190 40. Here also 50 to 90 40. That's why, because TVC and TC are changing by the same quantity. And that, what is that change called? The change in TVC or the change in TC is the same, and that change is called marginal cost, and that change is called marginal cost. So my dear friends, remember, marginal cost represents the change in both change in total cost and change in total variable cost. Lovely friends, marginal cost represents the change in both, the change in total cost as well as the change in total variable cost. Come on everybody, marginal cost represents the change in both, change in total cost as well as change in total variable cost. Come on everybody, marginal cost represents the change in both, change in total cost as well as the change in total variable cost. Okay, great sir, great. Now friends, please remember that much like this one, total variable cost, because total variable cost is first increasing at diminishing rate, then it is increasing at increasing rate, because of which law of variable proportion. Same way, average fixed cost is increasing at increase. Average cost is, so average variable cost will happen the same. It will first decrease and then increase. Same with marginal cost, first decrease and then increase. So my dear friends, it will give you the shape of U. So remember, AVC curve is U-shaped, marginal cost curve is also U-shaped. Why sir? Because you see, pay attention everyone. Because what is happening? First, due to the decline in costs, it will first go down, then the cost is rising, so it will go up. Same with average variable cost. Average variable cost also first goes down and goes up. But remember, the shape of total fixed cost is called rectangular hyperbola. So please, let's revise the shape. What is the shape of? Come on everybody. What is the shape of average variable cost and average cost and marginal cost? It is U-shaped. What is the shape? U-shaped. Why? Because of law of variable proportions. Why? Because of law of variable proportion. So if institute asks you, why is average variable cost or average cost or marginal cost U-shaped? What will be your answer? It will be law of variable proportion. It will be law of variable proportion. It will be law of variable proportions, everybody. What will it be? It will be law of variable proportion. Because cost will fall and then it will rise. Why? Because output is rising and then output is falling. Yes. So the shape of AVC, AC and MC is U. Why? Law of variable proportion. And what is the shape of AFC called? Lovely friends, the shape of AFC is called rectangular hyperbola. What is it? I'll explain you again. Shape of AFC is rectangular hyperbola. Shape of AFC is rectangular hyperbola. Shape of AFC is rectangular hyperbola. First, remember it, guys. I'll explain how. I'll explain the logic. Don't worry. That's what I'm here. Okay, great. So now, pay attention, everybody. See, pay attention, guys. So now what is going on is, now lovely friends, what is going on is, pay attention. What is AFC? Yes or no? AFC is total fixed cost by quantity. Yes or no, friends? So can I not say total fixed cost is average fixed cost into quantity? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now friends, suppose total fixed cost, let's keep it fixed, you know, its name is total fixed cost, so let's keep it fixed, okay? Suppose total fixed cost is, you know, 100, 100, 100, okay? Quantity is, and again 100. Quantity is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is happening to average fixed cost? Yes, 100 by 1, 100, 100 by 2, 50, 33.33, and then 25. So my dear friends, in all these cases, what is happening? AFC is constantly falling. So it's like this. But will it touch the axis? No. AFC will not touch the axis. Why? Because TFC can never be zero. Because total fixed cost is never zero. So how can AFC touch the x-axis? So remember, AFC will not touch the x-axis. The question is why? Because TFC can never be zero. If total fixed cost cannot be zero, then how can AFC touch the axis? Oh, got it. Ruchita is just an economics assumption. All right, correct. Correct. Now the question is, why is it rectangular hyperbola? Pay attention, guys. Let me find out the area. Can you see this is rectangle? Can you see this is also rectangle? Guys, I have drawn two rectangles, rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. Are you able to see it? One with yellow, one with blue. Are you able to see it, guys? It's called the rectangular hyperbola AFC because area under the curve is the same. You see how? Because if you do 50 into 2, it will be 100. So rectangle 1 area is 100. Similarly, if you do 4 into 25, again it will be 100 only. So area under the curve is same. That's why rectangular hyperbola, because it has the same area under the rectangle for each one of them. I have explained it in demand also. You know what is rectangular hyperbola when we were dealing with unitary elastic demand. Okay, so here also rectangular hyperbola. What is the shape of AFC? Rectangular hyperbola. What is the shape of AFC? Rectangular hyperbola. What is the shape of AFC? Rectangular hyperbola. Come on, everybody. What is the shape of AFC? Rectangular hyperbola. Come on, let me ask you a question then, guys. Come on, guys, let me ask you a question then. All right, sir? Okay, sir. What is the shape of average cost, average variable cost, and marginal cost? Option A, U, B, inverse S, C, V-shaped, D, A-shaped. What do you think is the correct answer, guys? Shape of AC, AVC, and MC. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody in the chat. Fatafat, yaar. Great answer. U-shaped. U-shaped. Correct answer, U shape. Correct. Next question, next question, next question, next question. What is the shape of fixed cost? What is the shape of average fixed cost? Option A, U shaped, B, rectangular hyperbola, C, square hyperbola, D, V shaped. What do you think is the answer? Shape of average fixed cost. Come on everybody. Shape of average fixed cost. Come on everybody. What is the shape of average fixed cost? Come on everyone. Shape of average fixed cost, everyone. Come on yaar. Come on everybody. Yeah, it's correct. The shape is rectangular hyperbola. You all are absolutely correct. The shape is rectangular hyperbola. The shape is rectangular hyperbola. Okay. Correct, correct, correct. Correct, everybody. Correct. All right. My dear friends, one more MCQ question I have in mind. Let me ask you all the same, okay? Let me ask you all the same, okay? Yes, sir. Please do the same. Today also we have solved anywhere about 25 MCQs, okay? So the question is, today also we have solved around, guys, 25 to 30 MCQs, which is indeed great. The question is, why is AC U-shaped? Option A, law of diminishing marginal utility, B, law of variable proportion, C, both, D, none. What do you think is the one? Come on everybody, tell me the answer everybody. Come on everybody, tell me the answer everybody. What do you think is the one? Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. And it's amazing. Your answer is absolutely correct. Very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. The correct answer is it's law of variable proportion. It's law of variable proportion. So my dear friends, let's summarize this last part absolutely clearly. Okay, come on everyone. So the last part that we have discussed is that in production we studied total product increases at increasing rate, then it increases at a diminishing rate, resulting in S-shaped curve, right? In cost it's just the opposite. Because total product is increasing at increasing rate, cost will increase at a diminishing rate, so it will result in inverse S-shaped. Then eventually cost will increase at an increasing rate. That's why inverse S. So the reason behind inverse S-shaped, inverse S is TVC, inverse S is TVC and TC. Remember, total is inverse S, U is average, U is average, inverse S is total, inverse S is total variable cost and total, yes, cost. Total fixed cost is horizontal, average fixed cost is rectangular hyperbola, average cost marginal cost is U-shaped. Why is average cost marginal cost and average variable cost U-shaped? Because of law of variable proportions, everyone. So let's make a chart where we discuss revise all the shapes. Come on everybody, this is the last topic for the day. Come on everyone, lastly let's revise it one more time. This is called Jate Jate. What? Jate Jate. Let's do it one more time. Come on everyone, let's revise all the shapes. Okay, let's revise the shape. So my lovely friends, the shape of TC, we are talking about short run only, okay? So don't bother about long run, okay? The shape of TC and TVC is inverse S, is inverse S. The shape of TFC is a horizontal line, is a horizontal line, okay? Is a horizontal line. The shape of average cost, marginal cost, and yes, average variable cost is U-shaped due to law of variable proportion. And finally, the shape of average fixed cost is rectangular hyperbola. Copy it down everybody, copy it down everybody. Copy it down, everybody. Copy it down, everybody. Come on, yaar, fatafat. If they ask you why, related to cost and this one, the reason for this and this is the same. Law of variable proportions. Due to law of variable proportions. Come on, everybody, write it down. Come on, everybody, write it down. Have you everybody noted? Come on, if noted, write down in the chat. Done, sir. Come on, everyone. Yes, sir. We have understood it. We have understood it, sir. Absolutely fantastic, sir. So since most of you have done it, guys, come on, everybody. Done, everyone? Yes, sir. Done. Okay. Great, great, great. So my dear friends, that's it for the day. See you in our next class. That's it for the day. Goodbye. Tata, everybody. See you all. Bye bye. Thank you very much.